There are two key types of research you can conduct, primary and secondary. Researchers typically use both types of research in their writing. Before diving into primary research, though, let's briefly review what secondary sources are. Secondary sources are primary research that other people have already conducted, surveys or experiments or interviews they already did, in which they then analyzed and interpreted and wrote up into an article or book that you can then read. You should definitely review lots of secondary sources when you're conducting research, particularly when you are getting to know a topic. However, in this video, we are going to talk about conducting primary research. Doing primary research means that you collect data or information yourself. So, if you pass out a survey or conduct an interview or attend an event related to your research topic, you're taking part in primary research and you're collecting new, original primary source data that you can then use as evidence in your writing. I'm going to focus in on three types of primary research that might be of interest to you for your project: interviews, surveys, and original images, videos, or comments that other people have posted about your topic. There are many other types of primary research, but these offer you a good place to get started using primary research. Interviews are a great way to do primary research and learn more about your topic. You might want to do an expert interview, meaning talking to an expert or someone who knows a lot about the topic you're researching, like a professor here at GGC, but you don't have to do that. Let's say you're researching campus gyms. You could interview an employee at GGC's gym, a manager at the gym, or even a person who goes to the gym regularly to get a good perspective on the gym and create an awesome primary research source, an interview that you conducted yourself. Surveys are another popular way to do primary research. You've probably completed a survey before, answering questions that a company or a person asks you over email or in person. When people or companies create a survey, they try to get several responses. That way, they can generalize the data and better understand how people generally feel about the topic they're asking about. Let's talk a little bit more about how to create survey and interview questions, because it's actually more challenging than it seems. Interview questions are usually, but not always, asked in person, and surveys are usually, but again, not always, asked online or in paper form. Before you write your questions, you want to think about how and where you're going to conduct your interview or survey and who you're targeting. For example, if you want to know how people feel about the campus dorms, you might want to hand out the surveys in person in the campus dorms, but of course you might need to get permission to do that. Or if you want to know about parking on campus, you'll need to think about who you're going to talk to about parking and what you want to know. When you're writing your questions, be really sure that they're not biased. For example, you would not ask, "Why do you believe that GGC is the best college in Georgia?" That question assumes the person believes GGC is the best college in Georgia, which might not be true, so they would have a hard time answering your question. Instead, you might ask, "What are some things you like about GGC? Why?" But you may also need to be more specific in your questioning to get to the answers you're interested in for your research project. So if you're researching the gym on campus and you ask a very general question like, "Hey, what are some things you like about GGC?" the person you're interviewing might go on and on about how much she loves the library, which doesn't really help you that much because you want to know about the gym. It's not her fault though, you've just crafted a bad question. A better question might be, do you use the campus gym? Why or why not? But don't just rely on yourself when you're writing these questions. Be sure to draft your questions and then ask for help. Have someone, a tutor, a professor, friend, classmate, answer them before you actually use them in a survey or interview. This way you can see what kind of responses your questions get and revise your questions as needed. Besides interviews and surveys, you can even use social media, such as Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, to help you dig for original photographs, videos, and comments people have posted in relation to your topic. If you're researching the campus gym, you might want to look at what students have recently tweeted about it or public images they posted under #GGCGym. If you find a trend in the images, you can write about that and cite a photograph or two as primary sources. Or maybe a student posted a video on YouTube of her workout at the gym. You could take her words and quote them in your writing. And like all sources, you'll want to cite her YouTube video in your Works Cited page. Social media is a great research tool for more up-to-date topics because it can help you see what's going on at this very minute. If you are interested in primary research, there are lots of things you can do. Consider attending meetings, events, or other activities related to your research topic. Take notes about what you observe, what you see, what people say. You can always use this data as a source in your research paper, and if you do, it will likely make you seem more knowledgeable because you have literally been there. That's what primary research is all about. When you're conducting primary research, you don't have to sit back and hope you can find information online or in a book. Try conducting primary research. It's a wonderful way to really get to know your topic or interests.